So I was doing everything that I was supposed to do. And at 30 years of age, I kind of came to this realization that things were going amazingly. I was the youngest ever director in the US multinational. Just something felt strange because if you check my bank accounts, I was hundreds of thousands in debt because I bought two properties in the mid 2000s in Ireland, and that was when the Celtic Tiger happened. And basically, within about a year, the properties had almost halved in value. Everybody said that was the right thing to do, get your 100% mortgage. And then suddenly I woke up and realized, wow, I was much better off financially when I was 10 years of age rather than 30 years of age. And anytime I brought it up with friends or family, it was a case of, what's your problem? You've got a great job, nice car, nice house, rental property house. You're living the dream, so don't you dare complain. And I did complain to myself. I was looking for something else, and I ended up going to a conference in Dublin in 2009 about how to make money on the internet, and that was a massive turning point for me because firstly they were all American speakers, and as Irish people we're very skeptical, like we don't buy into any of that hype, and they were trying to get us to pat each other on the back and give each other massages and stuff like that. And some people were walking out actually, but one of the speakers really kind of said something profound when he said he watched the reaction of the audience and he said, the thing is, you think we're here to brainwash you, but ironically, you're so brainwashed that you don't see truth when it hits you. And he said, what I mean by that is all of you here measure wealth by letters. And we weren't really sure what he meant. And he said, by letters after your name, qualifications. You've spent the first 22, 23 years of our life acquiring letters after your name. He said, I found that a much more accurate measure of wealth was numbers in my bank account. And for the first time ever, somebody had voiced very eloquently what I've been thinking for years. Because if I wanted a promotion, my boss said, you just need to do this other qualification. You do more studies, get more letters, get another 3 or 4%. And these guys were making millions. They were high school dropouts, university dropouts. They didn't have the stress on their faces that I would have seen with my boss and my boss's boss, etc., on the corporate ladder. And so I ended up kind of making this leap of faith and I invested in multiple programs. Within a few months of that, I quit my job completely. I went to a Tony Robbins event, which had quite a profound effect on me. And I drank the Kool-Aid. I really bought into what Tony Robbins said would fake it till you make it. I ended up losing all the money I'd saved in 9 years on the stock market in about a month, having given up my job, but having invested in these programs about how to make money on the internet and having lost everything on the stock market. I had to focus on these programs about, okay, what do you need to do to build a viable online business? And I started making money with Twitter. And within 4 months, I had matched my salary. And within 6 months, I was making about 40,000 a month. And then the next month I was making 80,000 a month, which of course is the magic number. If you want to start making a million, you got to hit that 83,000 mark. And I was already there. So by October 2010, myself and my business partner had made our first $1 million doing something we knew nothing about on Twitter and social media. And it was just quite unbelievable, really, how fast it happened from going down one path and only ever seeing one outcome to doing something completely differently that felt completely wrong, that everybody said, don't do the crazy